All right. Um, yeah, off the cuff, out of the way, this, that, and the third. Um, I'm gonna catch the fights in the morning, so I don't like watching them a lot of times like this. But I was gonna make a video about this tomorrow. So I looked at the Ayanna Van Zant "Fix My Life" thing, right? And on it, I hate this thing. And on it, you see the women in the family, three generations of women who are basically dysfunctional and they fighting against fixing it. And I just had to bring it up. I think I talked about dysfunction a time or two. That what we're looking at in the culture, not just black culture, but American culture. But I'm talking about my people in particular, though, is people are fighting, fixing the dysfunction. And I didn't really wrap my head around it all the way, but this episode or that last episode kind of got it to me because you got three generations of people doing the same exact thing and they don't see it in themselves, but they see it in each other. And when it's time to fix it, all of them say, "No, it's not me." So you got three generations of bitter people who are fighting against not being bitter. You got three generations of angry people who are fighting against fixing their anger. You got three generations of money hungry people, manipulative users type, gold digging, who are fighting against fixing that character flaw. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, wait, what's up with this? And me and my homeboy, we was kicking it today. Homeboy, good college friend. So we out eating, talking, and this actually pseudo comes up in our conversation, right? Where you ever been around somebody who you try to help them get on their feet, get on the right path, and somehow you helping them, and they ask you for the help. Somehow you helping them made you their enemy, right? So instead of taking the help and you know making a good situation out of it, they take the help and get comfortable, and then create this kind of non-existent war with you while you helping them, right? But the question is, are you going to fix your situation? And they actively fight against fixing it, which is taught from generation to generation. Now the kids act like that. And, you know, it's kind of weird when you see a parent or parents, or you see grandparents, parents, and children all fighting to stay dysfunctional, but all uh, beaten up, broken, bitter, and how can I say this? And looking like they really need help and therapy. What's up? What's up, fam? Oh, I gotta send you something too. I'm gonna send you something. You'll be laughing at me. And you're gonna wind up in that situation where everybody's beat up and broken, and the first person that's gonna be everybody's enemy is the person that wants to fix it. Sometimes we used to think about people being a person is the black sheep of the family because they're the antithesis to the family going in a positive direction. At this point, it could go either way. It looks like you can be the black sheep of the family now because you're the antithesis to the dysfunction and you don't want it in your life. So now you on the outskirts because you're not, you're not with all the craziness. And this is why, I got to bring this up about fighting with the dysfunction is because when we look out into society, we're seeing people wholeheartedly be dysfunctional. What's up, Brian? Who that? We're seeing people wholeheartedly be dysfunctional, revel in it, and then act like I don't get it. What I mean by that is this. You're seeing people who want to be, how can I say that? Who want to be for the streets, right? Complain that marriage, that if they were to get married, it doesn't work, or marriage isn't in their cards, but you for the streets. Those things don't go together. But you fighting to make that, you fighting to make being for the streets marriage material. So we're gonna make this the new norm. We're gonna have a marriage that's for the streets. And then we go, I don't understand why it's going awry. Like, that's stupid. Same thing, you got people who want to be in the streets, fighting to bring the streets to the sidewalk, to bring the streets to the bank, bring the streets to the church. We got to bring the streets everywhere we go, which, was one of the things that was going on, was that T.I. expeditiously when he was talking to Young Thug, and Young Thug was talking about how, what's up, Mitch? You know what I'm saying? When Young Thug was talking about how he's cool with Elton John. He likes Elton John over Andre 3000. But one of the things he said was so interesting. He wouldn't call Elton John as disrespectfully as he tried to call Andre. 316, what's had that? He said Elton John is cool. Like, hey, I like this album, I like that album. He said, you call Andre, you gotta call the secretary. So, I called him like, what's up, nigga? Fuck, what the fuck, hey, nigga, you know what it is, bitch? It's Thug. Like, so you expect somebody to talk to you because of that? Like, you really in your mind expect to call somebody talking like that and expect y'all gonna have a conversation, a productive one, or y'all gonna work together? It's just so stupid. And even tell, like, that's not, like, why did you do that? But this is part of the society we talking about, where you fighting, to fix the dysfunction. I gotta fight with you to act like you got some respect. I was driving. Where was I? I was headed to the gym this morning. Wait a minute, what's happening? What's up, Devin? Hater. I was driving to the gym this morning. There was two brothers in the car next to me. It was raining. I could smell the weed in the car with my windows rolled up and their windows rolled up through my air conditioner. And I didn't even, I thought I was gonna roll the window down and say, hey man, y'all gonna have to air that thing out. And then I thought about it. I said, you know what? These fools, they want to get caught. They want to get pulled over. They want to get arrested because common sense. Why am I gonna tell you when you smoked out the car on your own? It didn't dawn on you, and it ain't a good idea. It didn't dawn on you. You know what I'm saying? That you got to go out in public in the car smelling like so much weed that other cars can smell a car away. So if you at the stoplight next to a police car or behind a police car in front of the police car, they can smell you. And then some people go, man, that old thing where you smell weed in the car. Yeah, sometimes they lying, but sometimes they not. Sometimes they not. Because you can't fix the dysfunction, because in your mind it's okay to get in the car and do drugs to the point that other people could smell it. And somebody would have to argue with you and fight with you about that, because you do whatever you want. This is part of the, you know, I should be able to speak my mind and I should be able to do whatever it is I want. This is why, see, people think, oh, you're being assimilated because you're the type of person who's not gonna do whatever it is you want. What's up, huh? It's like nobody's asking y'all to be assimilated robots, but we are asking people to have common sense, and you fighting from having common sense. And when we're at that point in society where common sense is something to fight against, it's a bad space. It's a bad space. Bad space. Because now we're at a point where since you're fighting, since somebody has to fight with you to fix the dysfunction, you take your dysfunction everywhere you go. And guess what's going to wind up happening? You're going to get into it everywhere you go. You know? Oh, Lord, no, devil. You're going to get into it everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. No matter what you do. And when somebody tries to say, hey, that's not a good idea, you might want to do this or do that, or you might want to think about this and think about that, you don't want to listen. Because somehow you think somebody is going to be on the same BS you on. Taking this a step further, right? People don't want to say what needs to be said to people nowadays because of this. You know, like you see people, hey, you might want to brush your teeth. You can't tell a person that no more. That's disrespectful. You might want to use some mouthwash. You might need some gum. You might need a peppermint. Disrespectful. So now you're fighting that. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to put this thing on hold for a second. Hold up. If you can hear me, tell me if you can hear me. So my apologies. What's up, Joyce? Um, is it if I see a brick coming for you? Yeah, that's cold blooded. But that's where we at, though. That's where we at. We're at that point where I can't tell you something for your own benefit because you're going to take it as offense. But you're going to be in the same situation. See, it never dawned on me how bad it was until, and it's going to sound stupid that I got to say this. You ever go to the gym and you find a person arguing with the trainer about how they need to lose weight when they came and they paid for the trainer to lose weight? So I'm gonna just do what I want to do. You're overweight, you're morbidly obese, or you're obese, and this person is giving you all the tools to help yourself, but you fighting with them. And then what winds up happening is you say you're gonna do whatever it is you want to do. You continue doing it, whatever it is you think you want to do, and then you wind up what? In a worse position. So people get tired of fighting with you. And the older I've gotten, the more I've seen people act like they don't understand why people are not messing with them no more. It's because people are tired of fighting with you in your dysfunction. People are tired of fighting with you. It don't dawn on you. People are tired of fighting with you. And, for some people, the holiday season, this past holiday season was sad for some people. Maybe you were alone. Maybe you didn't be around your family. And for some people, this is one of the most peaceful times of year because guess what? They ain't got to be around dysfunctional people. You're not in a situation where because we're family, I gotta be around your dysfunction. I gotta be front and center. We gotta take attendance. Hey, you here? Here. You ain't gotta do that no more. Well, this year, right? Fighting, fighting. We was out eating, we was talking. The waitress, uh, the waitress at the restaurant, she's a lesbian. She's a pretty chick. Nothing disrespecting her. Yo, Q, what's happening? You know, so we was clowning because she was like, she said something. She was like, my ex says I'm evil. And I was like, what'd you do to him? And then she looked at me. She was like, no, what'd I do to her? I was like, oh, okay. Still, evil's evil. And then there was two chicks in front of us. He was like, well, why don't you go over there and find you your next? And then my homeboy was like, he said, I don't get it. He said, why these girls going to, the other girls are dressing like dudes. Like, I don't get the girl want to be with a girl that want to dress like a guy. And it's like, that's functional. That's normal, right? If you want to be with the same sex, cool. But if you want to be with the same sex and they want to pretend to be the opposite sex, why don't you just be with the opposite sex? That's what common sense says, right? But we get it. It's like you fighting to be dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? You fighting to fix that because, some people think that's, I was really born to, I got an inner DMX. Like, her name is Patricia, but she got an inner DMX in her that makes her walk around with Timberland boots on and growl at everybody. It's like, you fighting it, y'all. You fighting it. Like when I was talking about the young man in another video going live, on his mom's actual phone talking crazy, not knowing that if he ever saw me, I'll crack him in his jaw. Fighting. You have to fight with him to figure that out. And speaking of tapping jaws, that's actually what my homeboy was talking about because he said, he went out to have a good time. He sat at the bar. A lady came by, asked could she order a drink. He kind of, he moved over so she could get in the little space to order. And little did he know that she had a boyfriend, and the guy thinks he's trying to holler because he let her in. He slaps his hand. My homeboy knocks him out. And see, the thing about it is, instead of walking over and having a conversation, he walked over and slapped my homeboy's arm. Like, man, what you doing? It's like, whatever, Devin. Like, you can't, you got to be dysfunctional. And this ties into, unfortunately, the situation he had, rappers getting shot, rappers dying. And I saw the thing, the guy, Mo3, got killed in Dallas. And then I saw, Boosie got shot afterwards. And then right after that, he's in the club in a wheelchair. Hey, I guess he got a show or whatever, right? I'm going to get paid. See, you can't fix a person like that. So why even fuss with him? Why even have a conversation with that? Because that's stupid. Because if you in the streets like that and you just got shot, be in the streets, the last place you should want to be is in a nightclub at night, knowing that you might have some opposition ready to finish you off. It's just stupid. But, hey, it's all about the money. Or I'm scared. I'm going to show people I ain't scared. Scared and stupid is two different things. Being fearless and being stupid, is two different things. You need to have common sense. But, for another person, you say, that's why would you argue with that? Why would you talk about that? Well, you got to ask yourself, how much energy are you going to put into dealing with other people's committed relationship to dysfunction? Seriously, like, how much you going to put into that? If somebody is committed to cutting up, Let them do it. Because you can't get people kicking and screaming and dragging them along to get it right. Because some people don't want to get it right. Well, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Oh man. I feel you on that, Wayman. Like they was clowning the guy, Rose, my bad. What's happening? They was clowning the guy on Instagram or Facebook or social media, whatever it was, who was crying about his girlfriend. Don't leave me, don't leave me. I'm trying to get right. And the minute that brother said, I'm trying to get right, I was like, man, shut up. You too old to be crying on the phone on the internet talking about you trying to get right. That's classic of a person who just don't want to fix their dysfunction. You know how many people I heard, drug addicts say that. You know what I'm saying? Thieves say that, when they get caught. You know, when people run in their mouth too much and somebody really just knock their teeth out their mouth, that's when you say that. When people act super hard and then somebody pull a gun out, those are the type of people, I'm just trying to get right. I'm trying to get right. Man, nobody's finna sit here fighting with you. You gonna stay there? You gotta get the consequences too. You gotta get the consequences too. Fighting, state. I'm not gonna fight with somebody to fix their dysfunction. Like when everybody's watching that um verses with Gucci Man and Jeezy. I mean, as a rap fan, as a hip hop fan, that was the dumbest battle I ever seen in my life. It was a dumb battle to begin with. Gucci Man can't rap, never could. Jeezy can actually rap. Why am I bringing this up? It's because what Gucci Man thought was rapping was diss record, diss record, diss record. I killed your homie. I killed your homie. I killed your homie. I killed your homie. He dead. He dead. He dead. He dead. But look at my outfit. Shut up, man. Verse is about the music. Obviously, you ain't got enough music. Everybody should have known he ain't had enough music to keep up with Jeezy in the first place because Gucci makes it's trap music. Whatever. Shut up. You know? Yeah, what's happening, Oakland? Cleveland, what's popping? But the fact that, it was that type of situation where it could have gone left because Gucci just had to be disrespectful. I just got to be, it ain't real if I ain't disrespectful. Well, come to find out, like it was going in or going out. He got a couple of security guards outside the car with guns. Well, if you was that disrespectful and you felt like it was gonna go down, what you need the security for? You wanted it to go down. You brought out the disrespect, didn't you? You said that's how you wanted it. So all of a sudden, I won't be disrespectful on camera, but I want my security in these streets. Man, this is what I mean. But you can't reason with something like that because you 10 toes down at being disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful. Forget that. Dysfunctional. I have the right to be dysfunctional. This is stupid. Who gonna fight with you with that? And this is where a lot of people don't want to admit to these things. It did look staged, AI, but why would you? That's a stupid staging. You know what I'm saying? Because by the way they did the battles and wound up with Icy at the end, I get that. But it's like that's a stupid staging. It's just stupid. Let's act like we're gonna fight each other. Let's act like you mad because I'm doing songs about killing your friend, and then we just go, ooh, that's another song. That's retarded. And after the fact, that's what even he said, man, I probably shouldn't have done that. You too old and not know that going into that. But getting back to the dysfunction is the other problem with this. People are really, shut up, Devin. People are really sitting around even when people talk about the gender war and the relationships and whatnot, let's be honest. People are 10 toes down. You know, you need to accept me and my dysfunction. That's normal. No, that's not normal. That's not normal. Nobody's supposed to accept you and your dysfunction, because what you're really saying is you ain't trying to change it. Your dysfunction is you. And somebody's, and to help and to fix the dysfunction is to fight with who you are at your core. That's stupid. That's hella stupid. You know, and speaking of Nipsey, Nipsey passed. What's up, Tip? And they tore up the marathon store. Who, like, real talk, like, people don't really want to say it about the streets, but here's the thing. This is why I don't like the streets and the street culture, because especially black gang culture, everybody is so easily triggered that somebody who's not black could come in and do something and blame it on somebody black, and you will never know the wiser. So when it was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, some Bloods tore up the store in the parking lot because they spray painted on the ground. It's California. Could have been some Bloods. Could have been some essays. Could have been some Asians, because they want the property. All they got to do is spray paint another gang, and you gonna ride on the other side. You're not even gonna take it. Y'all got cameras, right? You got, not camera phones, but actual cameras on the building, right? To know who actually did what. But people fight that dysfunction because you go off on a word. Somebody rode on this person. Somebody rode on, right? Could have been cops. So, we're gonna ride out on this person. We're gonna ride out on that person. The dysfunction is, let's actually get down to the bottom of it to see what's actually going on first, before we just get upset and do something. And you got to fight with people about that, because guess what's gonna happen? Somebody say, no, let's get to the bottom of it. No, man, we need to respond right now. We need to get these fools back. You don't even know who you getting back. You just ride. Like that episode of The Wire when he's like, if we gonna ride on a lie, just let it be a lie. That's stupid. Like, that's stupid. And then, you got a society where we want to you programming the dysfunction for yourself, because if you cut on the television, you're picking to watch dysfunction to justify you being dysfunctional, or entertain yourself with dysfunction to normalize your own dysfunction. See, when you watching certain shows and you and they're dysfunctional, that's your norm. You listen to certain music, it's dysfunctional, that's your norm. You buy certain books and read certain books and they're dysfunctional, that's your norm. But you can't figure out why your family it thinks the norm is dysfunction. When people watch the news and Fox News, dysfunctional, CNN, dysfunctional. You got people. See, you had people 8 years ago hating the president because he was black and they're gonna take over. We just got to get him out there because they're gonna take over. And then you got people now. You got people who was white that was acting like that when the president was black. And then the president is white. We just can't help him. He's crazy. He's crazy. Yeah, we got to get him out of there. He's making. You two sides of the same coin. The TV made you lose your mind. What's up, Paul? So people got to fight with you. You know, you got people who are extreme conservatives and extreme liberals, and what they think is normal is the stupidity that they actually go about with. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. It makes sense. Why not? You are just as crazy as a person. Well, you know, the cop sitting on that man's neck. Oh, on camera, nothing's wrong with that. That's what you should do. Then you got on the other end. Yeah, I mean, if a man wants to be a woman and wants to marry a woman that wants to be a man and they want to raise kids together, that's a normal family. What? Y'all all nuts. And then people got to and then you want to have conversations with people to expand on more people. Like, hey, doesn't this make sense to you? You're brainwashed. You're not thinking for yourself. No, a lot of people are thinking for themselves. And and a lot of people are so extreme that it don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. So now people got to fight with you because what you think is normal is complete utter dysfunction. Think about that. They're talking about it's a pandemic, right? You had people losing their minds because of a mask, tearing up Targets and Walmarts because they don't want to wear masks, getting into fights with people because they don't want to wear masks, protesting with people because they didn't want to wear masks. You gotta fight. Hey man, look man, if we could just wear a mask and stay to yourself for a couple of months, we can get through this thing and move over. But you can't do that. You can't do that. What's up, Nice? You can't do that for some odd reason. It's a big issue. It's just a big issue because I have to have the right to do whatever I want to do so much that it intrudes on somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't get it. We just don't get it. Fighting. And that's what freedom is about, right? The freedom to be stupid. Well, what's happening? So to stop impeding on another person's freedom, they're just not gonna be around you. You're free to do whatever you want, go wherever you want. But what if people just don't want to be around you? Because wherever you go, you bring your drama with you, and you think that's normal. I don't understand. It's something about it that's completely off. My bad, my bad. Had to hit the mute button playing around. Um, we're at that point in society. That point. You know, we're at a point where people we're living in a country where we know that's built on a lie, that people continue to live a lie and spread the lie and try to maintain a lie knowing that it's a lie. And when somebody says, I'm not trying to live that lie, you say you're un American. Wow. It's it's un-American to have common sense. It's un-American to not be delusional. It's un-American to say, you know what? Nah, that ain't real. That's un-American. It's un-American to say, I want something for my vote. The hell? Like, and somehow we're stupid for wanting something for our vote. Just we gotta fight, you know, uh, um, the political system because how dare you want something for your vote? You shouldn't want something. You should Want something for everybody else. All right, whatever. This is where we're at every day in society. It don't make no sense. Not to me, at least. But like I said, looking back, looking at that show, like I was about to do it. This YouTube. You know how many times as a content creator, I got to hear other content creators say, could y'all hit the like button? Could y'all share? Could y'all do something to show you enjoy the show? It's crazy. Like most times, every time I click on a video now, I just click the like button. That's it. Just click the like button. Bow. Just click the like button. Bow. That will make sense if you frequent something over and over again. You must like it. But if you're frequenting stuff over and over again and not liking it, I ain't talking about me. Just for the record, I'm just saying the same rules apply with this title that apply to everybody else. You got to fight with the dysfunction. You got to fight with it. You saw the little situation that was going on with, what is that, Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all didn't see that coming a mile away? The woman is dysfunctional. She gets into it with everybody who's ever done business with her, but y'all looking at Tory Lanez. Y'all looking at Tory Lanez. Oh, she shot her. So you mean to tell me she gets into it with her best friend, her stylist, another stylist, other women in the industry, other celebrity women. She gets into it with the person that gave her a record deal. It never dawned on you that a lot of the people around her seem like they got sense, and they got sense enough to stop messing with her after they mess with her. Yeah, I can't do this. Gets into it with Nicki Minaj, probably got into it with Cardi B. Like, can't fix that dysfunction. You can't fix it. That's where she gonna stay. Don't think after this situation over, it's gonna be another situation and another situation and another situation. This is where we at in society. You gonna fight with this person over and over again? No, you're not. And then when people go off and they're making their happy homes out in this world, and you looking at other people, why you upset that other people are happy? It's because guess what? They've made a decision. I'm not gonna live in this dysfunction. Same thing you see, from Monday through Friday on Kevin Samuel's show. You see people who actually thought their dysfunction made sense. It's normalized. And I didn't, wow. I thought I could, wow. People don't hear themselves. Have you, I can tell y'all, even if when y'all watch the show and y'all listen to it, you can tell those callers who call in with an angry tone automatically, they don't even hear it in themselves. Yeah, hello, who's this? What you got for me? Yeah, I think I'm okay. Like, you don't hear that. You really don't hear that raw in your tone. You don't hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't hear that. If this happened and that happened, and the reason why I got to bring that up is because even what I was looking at on the Ayala Van Zandt Fix My Life thing. Like, Lisa Ray's dad has been dead for decades. The only common ground that make them come together is say it's your dad's fault. Your dad started all this because your dad was doing this. And see, here's the problem with that. You can't fix a dysfunction when you blame it on a dead man or when you blame it on somebody who's not there. And what you do is you frame it as that person who's not there, who's not in the room, who's not involved in all of these situations, was actually the orchestrator, because when they were doing this thing, this was in their mind, and they did it to you to create this situation, so it's all their fault. No, it's you. Because what you just did was you just made up a straw man narrative to so you can actually not take accountability for your actual actions. So, you know, we're living in a society where half stories matter, half truths matter. Because now the dysfunction has gotten that far, you know. Oh man, Ross, I'm just talking in general, fam. Don't sweat that. You know, like this is where we are. Half truths matter. You know, it's like, come on now. But you gotta live in the half truth. See that this is my truth. My truth means this is my half truth. Because see, your truth is only your side of these situations that you said you're truthful about. So what about the other side of your truth? Is there another side? Because there's two sides. This person's side, that person's side, and the truth. It says three sides to every story. Two sides to every story that involves two people. You know? Yeah, I got you on that. This is where we're at with it. Dysfunction at its finest, and we're fighting to keep it going. I got to keep this dysfunction flowing. And the crazy part about it is, why I've noticed a lot of people over the years are having actual mental breakdowns and having how can I say and are in need of therapy. What's up, AL? Is because the older we get, the less we want to involve ourselves with dysfunction as a norm. So now a lot of the dysfunctional people are being left to be dysfunctional on their own, and they can't handle being around themselves. And now they want to point the finger at everybody who's not around them and not dealing with them. So now when people aren't even around, it's their fault. 5 years ago, this person stopped messing with me, and my life been in shambles ever since because I'm just broken. No, 5 years ago you were a jerk, and you still ain't handled being a jerk. So now there's a scapegoat for you never getting it together because you have nobody else to be a jerk to. That was the last person who put up with it. And now you're mentally broken because the last person to put up with it is gone. And now you're left with you. And now you can't handle you, which is stupid. You know, they did. They did. But you got to have participants. We got a lot of participants, you know. And what I mean, fighting the dysfunction, like with the young kid, the young brother that got killed, King Von. Why would you make a diss record about the guy after he's dead? So don't be surprised if the Quando Rondo dude wind up dead. I mean, he already did it to himself. They got phone calls of the other guy in jail, and they put that on the internet. Don't be surprised if them phone calls get you life. See, people got to tell you to shut up, stop doing that, don't do this, don't do that, but you don't want to listen. You want to be hardcore and ignorant and stupid. People not going to fight with you. And you know what? Go do you. Go do you. You only got 5 more months tops. See, when I was a kid, I remember when Tupac got killed. What's up, David? And I remember one of my friends, he was a big Biggie fan. And he was walking around with he made a button, like a election type button, said F Tupac, walking around. He made it in craft, and lunch lady cussed him out. But more important, I remember the rumors of Big being in California, and as a teenager, I'm like, that's stupid. Why would you be there? They're gonna shoot you, right? And then subsequently, what happened? He got shot. Just stupid. And then when the album comes out, Puff tried to cover it up with the we going to L.A. We got to get this. We going to Cali. We got to get some money. And remember, Big was like Cali. Whoa, like hey, we got to get this money. Yeah, all right, whatever. But this is how long it's been going on. Where thinking dysfunction is normal. It's not normal, and it's going to come at a price. And we all die someday, but you're not supposed to die early because you want to be dysfunctional. This is where all the people who are overweight and eating themselves and have all these health problems, just eat something healthier. Stop complaining that you can't drink soda and beer and alcohol and fried foods every day. That shouldn't be you're complaining that you got to eat fruits and vegetables. You're complaining that you got to be active. That's an issue nowadays. But let me get out of here. Catch y'all next time. Like, share, subscribe. We out of here. Peace, y'all. One love.